Behind me. All right, guys. Happy New Year. I cannot believe it is 2023 already and that 22 is gone, which thankfully it is, in my opinion. Anybody else relate? Um, but I wanted to just, leave the year behind. Just leave the year behind and move forward and keep your feet moving. And 23 will definitely be better than what 22 was. Don't know if any of y'all are like me, but I definitely didn't hit my goals for 22. So refocusing on setting my goals and moving forward for 23 and just keeping my feet moving and looking ahead. So that's all we can do, and just leave the past in the past. But anyways, I share this space with Tammy Glowacki in San Diego, Stephanie Wood in Texas, and Leslie Olau, who's up in Indiana. And I just want to do a couple of housekeeping things. I'm not going to go into details, but if anybody's got any questions, we can talk about it. If you do not know that our prices went up in the January 1, if you haven't seen the price increases, they are on the kits too, which confuses everything. That means you need to be careful what flip book you're sending out and your visuals that you're sending out. I spent some time today kind of clearing all of my stuff out because I've got so many pictures saved on my phone. So make sure that you're sending out the right information before you send it. Stephanie has done a great job on trying to update boards. If you see anything that's got the old pricing, let us know. She's done most of it. I think I deleted one thing out of it yesterday. So just let us know if y'all see anything, but double check everything right now. Steph doesn't feel good. So it's very easy for things to be overlooked. So let us know on that, but check out the price increases, because like I said, the kits change too. The second one is the promo for earning a helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon and your room paid for at Fling. I don't know all the breakdowns of the points and stuff like that, but it's all posted in Team Blessed. It's in boards too. So go in there and check that out too. It's, we talk about, things being tight right now and not having the money to go to Vegas. You got the opportunity to go for free or actually make money if you're sharing a room with somebody. So, look at that promo. It's a really neat promo that corporate is doing. And also the 30-day challenge, which starts on the 9th. I'll let Stephanie talk about that in just a minute on how we're doing it, because I was not involved in that conversation the other day. Oh, she's giving me this eyeball. You got until the end of the meeting. You can do it at the end of the meeting. But the 30-day challenge that we're going to be doing in Power to Change. So we'll need some participation and people help coaching and just a lot of participation in the group, especially during that, just to kind of keep everybody involved. Invite your members that want to do this with us. We're going to start on the 9th with the 8 days. So that's kind of the housekeeping on that. But what I wanted to talk about tonight, and I'm talking to myself too when I start this, and really focused on this today when I was writing things down, and I was on Melissa Adams' Zoom last night and was listening to some things that she said too, and wrote those down as well. So I'm preaching to myself when I start talking about these things, but I really want you to kind of jot them down, and you're gonna have some homework to do at the end of it. But what are your goals? Like I said at the beginning, I didn't hit my 22 goals, wasn't anywhere near my 22 goals. It doesn't matter, it's in the past. Whatever my blame was, whatever my reasoning was, whatever my excuses were, because I had a lot of excuses, it's all on me. It's not on anybody else. Not on my upline, it's not on my downline, it's not on anybody else but me, because I can only control what I do. And if I'm not putting in the work, then I have nobody else to blame but to myself. So refocus on your goals. Write down a weekly goal, and you can start off with a daily goal if you want, but a weekly goal, a monthly goal, quarterly goal, and then your 2023 goal. Where do you want to be at the end of 2023? Write those down. Make it something that is obtainable, something that isn't don't make all of them as so far out of reach that it just like 2023, 2022, my goals were like really big, and there was no way. And it frustrated me because I wasn't hitting them. So make some smaller goals that you can actually hit, whether it's your weight loss or just small goals, just getting the ball back rolling and working towards those goals. If you don't know how to get to those goals, then reach out to your upline or a sister line or even a downline, somebody that motivates you, somebody that inspires you, somebody that's going to hold you accountable for what your goals are. And then say, hey, help me plan this out. Help me, I want to talk to you about it and let you help me get to where I want to go. I want you to be my accountability partner if you want to do that. Whatever, but find somebody that helps you and that motivates you and keeps you on a straight and narrow. And like I said, it doesn't have to be your upline. Your upline's always here to help you, but sometimes you're too close to your upline. Sometimes it needs to be a sister line or, somebody even completely on a different team. It doesn't have to be anybody on this team. So, and these were just a few tips. I think there was 8 of them that I wrote down. Yeah, there's 8 of them, that just really jumped out at me. I had listened to a Rob Sperry podcast today too. And then, like I said, with Melissa, I kind of combined some things. But the first thing that you've got to do in 2023 to get to your goals is you've got to work on yourself. There's no question about it. You've got to work on yourself. Not hitting your goals is going to get you down in the dumps and you're going to shut down. I'm being honest. I shut down the end of the year. So, you can't lead a team if you don't lead yourself, and it's one of those things that, if you're down in the dumps, your team's going to be down in the dumps and it's just going to flow downhill. So you cannot lead a team without leading yourself. Find a podcast to listen to and truthfully listen to it first thing in the morning before your feet hit the floor or before you get involved in work or, whether it's work outside of Xyngular or whether it's Xyngular. If anybody else's day is like mine, in the morning, it's usually pretty even keel. And by lunchtime, it goes completely the other direction. So if you're listening to a podcast that's kind of sets your mood, I used to kid around with everybody and say, don't talk to me until 10 o'clock in the morning, because what happened to me that early in the morning will set my whole tone for the day. Even when I worked for somebody else, I was like, do not approach me with anything until 10 o'clock in the morning, unless it's an emergency. So, find your podcast. I don't read books a whole lot. I do dive into one every once in a while, but find you a podcast, whether it's inspirational, it can be short YouTube videos or something like that. Like I said, do it in the morning if you can. It just helps. I do mine while I'm putting on my makeup or like even in the shower. I'll have my phone on and listening to while I'm taking a shower. So just simple things like that, but you've got to work on yourself in order to progress your team, in order to progress yourself. Map out your day. Map out how much time you can spend on Xyngular and time block, and this goes back to, working on yourself and that doing that stuff in the morning. If you get your stuff done in the morning, then whichever direction your day goes in, you can kind of flow with it instead of going, oh crap, I hadn't done any of my Xyngular stuff. And now it's, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening, or, my situation, sometimes it's 9 o'clock and I hate reaching out to people that late. I don't have that many people behind me, maybe an hour. But I don't have a lot of people on the other coast. So I feel, guilty about shooting messages sometimes, that late in the evening. So time block yourself out. Time block yourself out for your Xyngular business on doing your IPAs. And I'm not going to go into the IPAs because we all know what they are, but stuff that actually is doing you good in your business and not just scrolling Facebook or Instagram or Reels. But, block out that time. If you've got to block out family time, block out family time. explain to your family. I mean, Stephanie has been really good at this as far as blocking out her time. She's got 2 kids at home and a husband, and she has put her foot down with Xyngular. She's like, I got kid stuff. I gotta get done. And I commend her for doing that, where I think a lot of us, don't time block and it just kind of gets overwhelming. But explain to your family what you're doing, and that this time is set out, for your Xyngular business. And sometimes you might have to miss out on things, or, because of promos or whatever, and have to work things around your schedule, to get that type stuff in. So definitely map out your day and decide on how much time you can spend. And it may be an hour a day. So do it in 15-minute increments if you have to do it, if you've got a full-time job. I know Colette struggles with having to do hers. She can't do hers at work, so she's got to time block and figure out when she can put her Xyngular stuff in. I find that people like me, who this is the only thing that they do, I think, well, I've got all day to do it. And then, like I said, that's when my day goes completely the opposite direction that it needs to go in. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. It just might be Jody might call me and say, hey, we're going to look at a Jeep, get dressed, or, whatever. So anyway, so 2 is map out your day. 3 kind of goes hand in hand with 2, and that's be intentional about your work, to get your stuff done. And that, like I said, that goes back to mapping out your day. But be intentional with who you're reaching out to. If you've got somebody, and this is just a for instance, if you've got somebody that drains you, whether it's a client or a distributor, then put them last on your list to follow up with. Reach out to the ones that you see potential in, that are showing you that they want to work, that are showing you that they want to succeed on the products, and work with them and spend your quality time with them. Don't spend your time with the ones that are going to absolutely drain you. It's just don't, and especially don't do it first. Because like I said, that's going to set your mood for the entire day. If you're going to end up with the whiny client that, or member that's having detox symptoms and is complaining about the zing racing their heart. Y'all know, we've all had them. But don't spend your day with the beginning of the day with them, because it's just going to go downhill from there. And then you're not going to feel like following up with the ones that you probably need to be following up, which could be a next potential distributor. Follow up with your happy customers, being intentional with them, asking them to share. Have you talked to them about the business? Have you gone back in your back office and the ones that continuously order, have you talked to them about the business? They might have told you no in the beginning. Y'all have all heard the stories of people coming in for just the products. I think majority of us here came in for just the products and later upgraded to the distributor. We all said no in the beginning. How many times did Leslie follow up with me or talk to me about the business? How many times did Tammy follow up with Stephanie about the business, or Stephanie, or, whatever, so talk to them, no, even though, we don't take no for an answer with the products. Why are we taking no for an answer with the business as well? We need to be following up with the business just as much as we follow up when there's a promo for the products. We need to be following up with these people as far as with the business too, especially right now. I think I had on my Facebook feed today, I had 3 people talked about side gigs today. One of them wanted to know if she became a Scentsy dealer, what her friends buy from her, and the other one was asking, the other 2 were asking, what kind of side gigs do people do? That opens up a conversation. Are you reaching out to these people that post stuff like that? Are you being bold? I mean, even the girl that asked about Scentsy, I talked about her with Xyngular a long time ago, and I sent her the comp plan again. And I said, you need to look at the comp plan compared to Scentsy and see the hoops and loops that you've got to go through. You got to be bold. You got to be intentional about that. Have you told your members about the quick start bonuses, especially with the 2-tier right now? Will you give me my big water? You see it? It's right there, Jody. The 2-tier, the quick start bonuses. Have you told your customers about that? Y'all, I'm preaching to myself right now too. They got $200 on the line, $200 plus commissions. Thank you. $200 plus commissions that they can be, that they can earn this in 30 days. So we've got to be intentional about those people, those happy customers, about following up with them and letting them know about the quick start bonuses and stuff. This one kind of goes back to last week. Tammy kind of got raw and real last week. And Leslie made the comments about, is she being paid as an executive? Is she doing the work and getting paid as an executive? So number 4 is, are you putting in the work? Are you putting in the work that you think you need to do to build the team that you want to build? Now, if you want to stay at a manager's position, then that's fine. If you want to stay at director's positions, then that's fine. But are you putting in the work to match that pay? So think about being at a job. Are you going to go ask your boss for a raise if you're sitting on your butt all day long? Do you feel comfortable asking your boss for a raise? I know that I didn't. I know that the times that I went to my boss were the times that I was working my tail off and I thought that I needed a raise, but everybody else got a raise at one time and I had shut down. I was tired of working. I was tired of being the only one working. So I shut down. Well, guess what? They all got raises and I didn't, because I quit working. So ask yourself, are you getting paid at the position that you want to be paid at? And are you putting in the work? Figure out where you want to be. Figure out that number. Go look at the commission or go look at the income summary. Figure out what you need a month to be comfortable. Then go to work. We have, I thought about this because like I said, I'm being honest here. I thought about what I could go do because I need some money. I'm just being honest. I got 10 horses here and Xyngular is not footing my bills right now. It's not his responsibility to pay for my horses. So I started thinking, what could I do? Do I push my photography business some more? Do I go get a part-time job somewhere? Thought about going and looking at 911. And then I thought, why? Get my ass to work. You have the opportunity right here for an uncapped salary and not have to work for anybody else. So I had a come to Jesus meeting with myself this afternoon, and it was like, why aren't you putting in the work? I'm sitting here griping that I don't have the money, but I'm not doing the work. So like I said, I'm preaching. This is stuff that I need to hear, stuff that I need to dive into too. So you're your own boss, but you've got to be disciplined enough, which is number 5. You've got to be disciplined enough to be your own boss. Some people are not cut out to be their own boss. They don't have the discipline to keep carrying on with it. You got to have thick skin to do this. Whether you're in the down times, and I tell you, the collagen is driving my hair nuts. I've got little hairs sticking out. But the thick skin, you've got to have it. You've got to be tough during the down times. You got to be tough when you think nobody's buying. You've got to be tough when you've got a team that's not working. You've got to have that thick skin and not take anything personal. And I do, but you start doubting. That negativity starts coming into your mind, and you start doubting why you're doing this. What do I have what it takes to do this? And then you pull yourself back up out of that hole and you say, yes, I do. I can do this. And you go to work. You just absolutely go to work. So number 5 is discipline. Discipline in your work, discipline in your day. You've got to have it. You've got to have that structure and that discipline. Number 6 is you've got to show up. You've got to show up for events. You've got to show up for trainings. Melissa said this last night, and we've all heard it, but if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong friggin' room. You need to surround yourself with people that know more than you, that are more ambitious than you, that are more driven than you, because you are who you hang with. You are your circle of friends. We all, if we've got kids, we've all told this to our kids too. You know, you've got to surround yourself with like-minded people, and that people that are going to go places that you want to go. You can't expect your team to show up if you're not showing up. You can't expect your team to do things that you aren't doing yourself. You know, support your team, but support your team, but also think about the ones that you're doing all the work for. You're enabling them. If you do that, you've got to empower your team, and stop doing all the work. You show them how to do it, give a guideline on how to do it, show them how to do boards where all the information's at in there, but you can't just keep doing the work for them. You've got to let them go. And you know, and if it means losing a few of them, you're going to lose them. You know, you were going to lose them anyways, because you can't run your business if you work for somebody else and then run somebody else's business too. You just can't do it. So you've got to support your team, and you've got to let them know that you're there, but you've also got to empower them to do their own work and to fly on their own. You know, teams and this kind of goes back to showing up for Zooms and supporting the teams. You know, we've all heard this stuff over and over and over again. I mean, Stephanie and Tammy and Kathleen and I don't think Leslie's on here. They've heard this over and over and over again. They don't have to get on these trainings, but they get on this to support all of us. We need to be supporting them with whatever. We need to be going into our distributor group and cheering people on, you know, and congratulating people and making that one of our daily IPAs. Because let me tell you something, a team, if you've never played team sports, I grew up playing softball. You are not going to have the close niche family if you don't support one another. If you feel like it's a competition and you get upset when you see Stephanie enrolling 13 people in 1 month, if you feel like, you know, that's a threat to you, then you don't need to be doing this, because this is a team effort, and we are stronger as a team than we are as individuals. And if you're not showing up and supporting and congratulating and cheering each other on, this team will never be a close niche family. Never. So you've got to instill that on your new people, getting them involved, getting them to show up for the trainings. If they can't on the live, that's fine. I get it. Ask them to watch it on the replay. Ask them questions. If you're on this live and you know what we've talked about, ask them questions. Say, hey, what did you get out of it? What was your biggest takeaway tonight? To just test them to see if they're actually getting on the replays. If you've got distributors that aren't showing up, don't waste your time on them. You can't drag them, okay? You cannot. But you've got to show up. You've got to like I said, you know, if you're the smartest one in the room, you've got to find another room to get into. So anyways, we've got to show up for each other. Just one of the biggest things is we've got to show up for each other. This was something else that Melissa talked about last night. Number 7 is share your story. We all get tired of hearing our stories. I feel like everybody's tired of hearing me that I've lost close to 100 pounds. I've updated pictures. I feel like, okay, my story's old. I've been here 4.5 years. Stephanie and Kathleen, they've been here 10, 11 years. Tammy, do they not think that their story gets old? I mean, so update your pictures, freshen up your stories, because your friends want to hear about you and they don't want to hear about whoever, Jennifer McKinney's story or whatever. Those every once in a while are nice, but people want to hear your updated stories and your non-scale victories and how you're feeling and that whole 9 yards. So update your story, update your business story, because that's crucial, very, very crucial in this, because you're building that being authentic. So that word always throws me off. But you're being authentic and people are buying you. They're not buying your products, they're buying you. So you've got to be sharing your story, your product stories, and your business story. And your business stories can be tiny, tiny, tiny. I mean, just tiny. You know, you were able to go to the grocery store and not have to worry about your car being declined, whatever. I mean, y'all know all those little stories, but it's the little things. Write them down. You know, keep a notes on your phone of if something comes to your mind. I'm horrible about this. Oh, I just made a great post. This is a good post. I can't do it at the same time. So put it in your notes on your phone. Or this is a huge tip from Terry Bryant. She's got her own private group that she just for her. It's Terry's group or whatever. I've got one. It's called Dawn's group. Any post that I like that I've seen, I copy and paste it and put it in that group. And then that way I've got content for later on. You don't have to make it a private group so nobody finds it. And nobody can see it. You don't have to invite anybody to it. You're in there by yourself. So that's a great tip for content. But update your story. No matter how long you've been here, update your story. This is the one that really hit home with me. Make sure okay. Oh, another thing on sharing your story. If you're not happy, and this hit home too. If you're not happy with where you're at in your product story, then change it. We know the products work. Get your butt back on an 8-day, stick to the program, stick to the products, and get the weight back off of you. You know, we all know that they work. I have been down in the dumps because I have gained some weight back, you know, and I'm like, well, Dawn, you got a closet full of products in there, then use them and quit eating the junk food. You know, I mean, it just, we know how to do it. We're our own coaches. We just got to be harder on ourselves. So get the weight back off of you. Jennifer McKinney is a great one. It's not that you can't sell products when you're heavy again, because if y'all don't know Jennifer's story, she came in, lost some weight, did really well, gained her weight back, plus some, I think. And then back in 18, when I got started, she was at her heaviest. And she was one of the top leaders in the company. She's always been one of the top leaders of the company. She's still selling products and she's the heaviest she's ever been. So people saw her lose weight and gain weight. And then she went back, and y'all have all seen Jennifer's story. Now she's tiny. So just get your butt back into gear. Get the weight off of you where you feel better about yourself and you feel confident about sharing the products. All right, this is the one that hit home for me. Number 8, are you being honest with yourself? Cut and dry, are you being honest with yourself? Are you being a good leader? Are you being a good coach to your customers that are trusting you when they buy the products? If you can't be honest with yourself, then how can anybody else trust you? So just think about that. That was an easy one with me because I'm not being honest with myself. You know, I'm not. So anyways, that's my 8 tips. I ran through those. I did good. I did that in 30 minutes. I thought that was going to be longer than that. Your homework. And then we can unmute, we can talk if anybody's got any questions. Your homework. I want you to write down your goals. We've had goal post after goal post after goal post, and nobody does it, including myself. Are we embarrassed to post them because we're worried about not hitting them? Yeah. I mean, just being honest, yeah. So I want you to do, if you need a daily goal, then do a daily goal. If you need, definitely do a weekly goal on what you're going to do each week. Monthly goal, quarterly goal, yearly goal. Where do you want yourself at the end of 23? If you don't know how to do it, find somebody that can help you. We're all willing to help, no matter who you are to us or what, you know, whatever. Go outside the team, whatever. I want you to send a message to your upline, and I want you to tell them that you're all in. And this is very important to me because it shows me that you want it. If you don't feel comfortable, send it to your upline, send it to their upline, send it to a sideline, and say, I need somebody to hold me accountable. But tell your upline that you're in, so not wasting time on the ones that don't want it. You can say that you want it, but then you got to start proving that you want it, because it's just frustrating, because we want it more for y'all, for a lot of y'all. We'll just put it that way. We want it more than y'all want it for yourselves. So, couple of questions. What are you going to change this year that you think will improve your business? So answer that question. And then the second one, what are you scared to do that you know that will change your business? Is there something that you're scared to do that you know 100% will change your business? And are you willing to change it? So that's my soapbox. Anybody got any questions? I'm gonna let Stephanie Wood unmute and talk about the 30-day challenge too while we've got everybody on. If you want to unmute, Steph.
Hey y'all. That was awesome, Dawn. I like those 8 steps. I got them in my little notes here. I wish I had pen and paper because it's just so much. I just do it so much better in pen and paper. But I think those are all really great reminders to schools. Like, I'm going to throw myself under the bus real quick. Like, I haven't sent Tammy Castronovo goals in like 3 or 4 months. And I've not written out my goals. And here's why. It's not that I'm afraid that I'm not going to hit them. It's that I think I already know them. Tammy already knows them. She's known them for 12 years now. Like, what do I know they're in my head. And then I'll use this. This is a good excuse. This is my best excuse. I love this one. Nobody sent me their goals. So how can I do my goals? I'll blame it on y'all all day long. But the truth is that I know where y'all want to go. Like, I know where you want to go. I know where you are. I can set my goals probably better than you can, because I know where everybody's at. And I probably know how they're working. And so I have no reason to not do my goals. So I am going to tell you all right now, I am going to do my goals, because what you put out, like what you, I forgot, like, I wish I had the statistics, and Jana Bullard could probably throw them out to you right now. But like what is reported and recorded grows exponentially. I mean, it's it's at least double. So with those statistics, it's the Pearson's law. Why would we not be writing out our goals? So like, why am I not writing out my goals? Okay, so let's all write out our goals. Let's just test it out for the next 90 days. I don't know. Okay. So the challenge, like, honestly, we have not planned it. We've done so many of them. We know how to do them, quite honestly. What we would love to do is, this week is prep, right? So I just threw out a water one. We're going to do it in Power to Change. And you all saw the direction we'd like Power to Change to go. I think, does everybody understand that direction? Do you get it? Does it make sense to you? And do you feel like, yes, I'd like to go that direction? I think it'll really click with people more. People want to come in there, and I think they're going to really feel a part of something when we start this 8-day and they see what we're doing. And so rather than the way we've done it before and just kind of throwing out, which has always been really good in Kickstart, but I think for Power to Change, we need to change it up a little bit. Like, hold that thought, Kim, real quick, okay? We need to change it up a little bit in like, it's not going to be the same as it is in Kickstart, because everybody knows what we're doing. Does that make sense? So when we all take a day or whatever, and if you want to take a day and you have a passion for a day or a subject or whatever, please just say, I'd love to be a part of this. I think a lot of cooking, like Kim, Alicia, that's what you do. Kelly, and you should get, y'all should get on and do some cooking. Mark, like there's so many people. Elsa, y'all do so much. I think cooking is gonna really, like, who doesn't love food and who doesn't, like, I feel so stuck with food. You guys, my kids eat sandwiches every night. It's so bad. I need to get my butt in gear of like cooking again. So get in there and cook and show recipes and what are you eating? And people should be just like during that challenge, I think we should be showing people what do we do every day? Like, you know what I'm saying? What we're taking, how it and not a picture of the bottle and not a like literally holding that supplement in your hand and like, I cannot wait to take this. It's going to give me my happy mommy back. I can't wait. It totally gets rid of my cravings. It gives me long lasting energy all day. I take one of these a day in the morning with my snack and I'm good for the day, doing lots of videos and things. So we'll hammer out details, but this week is going to be a lot of just prep suggestions. So once we hammer out the details, and if you have your mind is creative, like I know I can point out the people right here. We have like, you have such great ideas and I want you to utilize them. I don't think that we should have one person is just in charge of a day per se. I mean, maybe to do like a giveaway or whatever, but I think everybody should be throwing out their tips. Everybody should be covering, everyone should be covering their nighttime routine, maybe one night or what have you, just really letting people in on it. So I'm going to shut up and just, but I hope that helps a little bit of the direction that we're going. And Elsa, love to do a workout of the week. Yes, please. Yes, that would be awesome, Elsa. I love that. You guys all can, unmute or whatever too, but I love that. That is so good. And Marty, cooking and recipes. Yes, that would be great. All I ask, and I'm just like saying blanket, is that anything you do is in line with the meal plan. And if you have to remind yourself what the meal plan is, because it changes like all the time, remind yourself what's on the food list. So that's all. Kim, did you have a question? I'm trying to find your.
No, I wanted to do it in person. Steph, so I've been just engulfed with everything that's going on, and we have a deadline for the insurance claim and people coming from Richmond and everything. I am so behind. So what you said you want to do a little bit different. So I know every day, like I get up first thing and I find something to post regarding someone's story. And I add my friends to the page. Are we going to switch it up a little bit? Or we're just not showing transformations and maybe something? Are we going to do it a little bit differently in the week for this month? Can you fill me in, please? Because I'm with you, but I'm behind, and I'm behind so much that I'm not excited because I feel like catch up sucks, and I need something. So if you could fill me in, I'd appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. I'll start with this. I did just, so yes, we are going to do what we just said. Like holding a picture of the supplements, daily routine, food, cooking, that type of thing. And I also made a post today, so I want you to go and read it because I think it'll be easier for you if you read it, the direction of our page, which is not posting before and afters every day. So it does go through just some different suggestions for what to post, but especially during this week, like I just said, we don't have it all hammered out, but the direction that I think we should go is showing what a day looks like, and really tips on how you get through your day and what you're eating, and special recipes like Elsa and Alicia, Marty, Kim, you're all fantastic with food. And Tammy Glowacki, she'll find anything on the street that you can eat. So it's going to be a little different than what we do in Kickstart, because Kickstart, everybody's on the plan. They already know what they're doing. They have their plans. We're not going to be like, it's not going to be the same. And just keep that in mind, y'all, when you do post. And if we come back and don't approve a post, because it's the first time we're doing this, and it's really the direction that we really want to go is attracting people to the lifestyle, you know?
Stephanie,
Yeah,
I have
just- Go
I have a
ahead, Paul.
comment or a question about what you said about the recipes. So you're saying, I understand following like the meal, what's on our food list, right? Okay. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to follow like everything that's on the 8th day. Can we use foods of our grocery list and create our own recipe, but it's still okay?
The food list is the same. The food items are the
Right.
same. The recipe does not have to be a Xyngular recipe.
It doesn't have, okay. For instance, just real quick, because I wanted to show you, I wanted to read.
Throw honey in there. That's not on the food plan. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Right.
or
So
if
like,
you do a taco seasoning, you could show Taco Bell seasoning, and then you can make your own seasoning that doesn't have sugar or all that.
right. So for instance, like tonight, let's just say tonight I was going to make a garlic chicken with asparagus, right? So we know garlic, asparagus, fresh parsley, 2 lemons, extra virgin olive oil, black pepper, kosher salt, fresh 4 garlic minced cloves, chicken thighs, chicken breast. That's it
Perfect.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay. And
That's
it
great.
freaking looks awesome.
And if you have like a recipe that needs a substitution, right? Like, okay, I don't know what, because I'm like I suck at recipes. I'm good at sauces, like I said. But yeah, so anything that would need a substitution.
Well,
you
just
can-
so you know, I did post something about this book.
I saw that.
Yeah, so that has, like I said, 120 recipes in there, and they're all healthy within 20 to 30 minutes to make, quick, easy. I don't know why I didn't use it before, but I'm using it now.
Cool. Yeah. I think that would be awesome. Ideas on snacks. And I mean, if you're good at something, you have passion on it, you should share it. Great time to do lives too. I mean, I can't put like, I don't know about if we are talking about pooping or headaches or whatever, like the common causes of a headache during a detox.
And solutions to fix it.
Yes, solution.
Solutions to help it, I guess.
We need solutions.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Any other questions?
I have one for Tammy Glowacki.
Oh, Dawn had something too. Yeah.
Yes, my
Dawn.
dear.
Hands on.
Yes.
So somebody, I think Stephanie just mentioned, you're good at the going out part and what to eat. Are you good at that? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna look forward to some of your stuff on what, if you go out, like what to choose and that kind of stuff. So that was
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I for sure will. And I'll be putting the Hawaii flair on it because I'm going to go to Hawaii for a month
Okay.
with John. So can you guys hear me?
Nice. Yes.
Yeah. So I can, I'll do some research in Hawaii too, just different foods.
Yep. So we're gonna try to change the algorithms in the testimonial page, because I guess y'all probably all seen that it's not getting the hits on it that it used to. And I don't think any of them are. I don't think any of the testimonial groups are getting the hits and stuff like that. So we're just gonna change it up and see what happens. And
So why do you think that is, Dawn?
Facebook. It's just Facebook. It's no different, and this could be hours worth of talking. It's no difference than you posting a personal post on your page and then getting hundreds of comments and likes and reactions, and then making a side-by-side post of somebody that's a transformation and not getting any likes on it whatsoever, or posting a visual for the promos or something like that. It's algorithms. It's all Facebook algorithms. And I think they've honed in on the business side of these groups, and the sale part of it, stuff like that.
So should we not be posting side by side transformations then? Is that not something that we want to do?
Not something that I do. The only side by sides that I do are of myself.
That's what I mean, of ourselves.
I would of yourself, yes, because they know it's you. Your face recognition. They know
Okay.
you. But let me tell you a secret on that. I would not do a collage side by side. I would do one picture and then the other picture. In Facebook, the way it shows up in your news feed is it's going to be
Yeah.
side by side. But I
Got
would
it.
not put them side by side. I would and any copy and paste. And we could go through our whole Facebook training. That's ours. But
Well, maybe I'm going to change that then, because I just did a new post on myself, kind of what Stephanie or what you were talking about earlier about talking about yourself more, you know, and sharing changing your story and sharing it. So I did post something or send something on Power to Change. I don't know if you approved it or not, but don't if you did. You
No, it
did?
was good. I would keep it because I think if we just,
Change it.
I think things have shaken up with the last several days with our just those normal, or those questions, people are like commenting, you know?
Right.
So I think those are good. I loved like Dawn's tip too. I don't think you have to go in and change it, or you can edit it. It doesn't matter.
I was
Edit
just
the
gonna
pic-
edit the picture and do it like she said, because I did
Yeah.
post like that on my personal page, like 2 separate pictures. I didn't collage it. I just, before and after. And then I went into the Power to Change and I
Yeah.
did a collage of myself.
and
But-
I don't know that it'll make a difference. It just, in my mind, when you see somebody post 2 pictures instead of just one collage, I see it get more reactions.
Okay, well, we'll
Something to
see.
think about. It's just
Play with
something
it.
to think about. And
Just
play
changing
with.
it up.
Right.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. I will do a travel tip video at some point in there too, because I know that's a question that people always ask about traveling. How do you travel and stay on plan and whole 9 yards? So yeah, any of that type stuff. And if you don't know, if it, just ask us. I mean, and we might not approve it that day. We might wait and approve it a couple of days later or something to space stuff out. So
And Colette's gonna do night shift.
yeah, I think
Stuff.
that's great.
Great.
Yep. And Colette, and even make reference to nurses and night shift. You know what I'm saying? Because that's always been a question for people. How do I do this with a night shift for a nurse?
Like we said, we don't always eat like we're supposed to.
Yeah.
But hey, we got the
I had cream of wheat for dinner tonight, y'all. Okay, does that tell you anything?
But hey, we have the tools to help ourselves stay on track, right?
Right. I am getting my water in.
Cheat those with you right now. Get those cheat out.
So
Right. Hey, where is the alternative food plan for Graveyard? I was looking today because somebody
stop.
asked me.
I'm gonna stop.
I went in,